I thought several of you could use a laugh today, as we all need a little entertainment these days. Being cooped up in the house is starting to get to the Spain hours. I don't know about you guys, but I wanted to go over a couple things that we're hearing from teachers, kind of get you guys on the same page. I'm sending this message out. Hopefully you'll view this by Thursday. And then we're going to have some meetings on Friday morning, mid-morning, of course, to go over any questions that you guys may have. Your administrator will be reaching out to you to set up those meeting times on Friday. But a couple quick things. As far as grading and feedback for grades, as of right now, 9 through 11th grade, 9th through 11th graders should get a numerical grade. Some of you have asked about providing zeros for due dates. I will tell you that I do think having a due date helps students, but please understand that due dates are completely just to help students for scheduling and to prioritize their work that needs to get completed. No student will be allowed to be penalized for any work that is turned in after the due date. So you are more than welcome. I actually encourage you maybe to give zeros to that 9, 10, or 11th grader that's not doing their assignments. That often will trigger a response. Parent or student will see that, oh, I've got an assignment that the teacher has graded. I haven't completed it. I need to go back and do that assignment. But please understand, if the assignment gets turned in, then we are going to grade that without penalty. That is not just a West Stokes. That's not just a Stokes County. That is a state mandate that we do that. As far as our seniors are concerned, if you are teaching some seniors that are wanting to continue in the learning process, some of you have asked about giving zeros or putting numerical grades in for seniors. I will encourage you to do that and kind of use your teacher discretion as far as that's concerned. I think we will start to continue to see some seniors kind of fade and some attrition there, but use your discretion as the professional. Sometimes I think that senior could use a grade or use feedback in that way to help you, to help them stay motivated. Other times, based on your class, based on the type of student that you're working with, it might be that inputting a zero for that senior is only discouraging and disheartening and may cause them to just kind of throw their hands up and say, why am I doing this? I will encourage you teachers that have seniors in your class, please understand that they've passed the class if they've already done the necessary work. So any senior that's continuing, it's just a matter of providing learning opportunities for them and to give them feedback. And that feedback doesn't necessarily have to be just a grade. You can mark things as just completed and let them know that. If you want to give them numerical grades, you have the discretion to do that. The other thing I wanted to discuss was our guidance counselors are starting to make phone calls and reach out to folks that you listed initially as kind of disengaged and you hadn't communicated with. If you begin to get communication with folks, then let us know. Our counselors are making phone calls all week this week to kind of touch base. One thing that we are running into, because administrators are making some of those calls as well, is one of the things that we're seeing is that sometimes we're making phone calls to parents and they're saying, well, my kid just talked to so-and-so, their teacher, yesterday. And we don't want to overburden the student and or the family, the parent. So if you're making communication with students and you had listed some of those students on there, maybe just send guidance an email and let them know, administration an email, and say, hey, I've now touched base with this student, okay? And finally, we do ask, as far as missing assignments, those of you that are using Google Classroom or any format to turn in assignments, as students are missing assignments, they may start turning some things in a little late. And so I know as a teacher, from one that's living with a teacher, it can be very frustrating to have to juggle that process of when students turn things in and having to go back and check. I encourage you all, if you're using Google Classroom, to put a due date into your assignment. That due date will trigger an email that goes out to the students. So if they miss their assignment and they miss that due date, that student will get an email that triggers that and notifies them. Likewise, what I think would be very beneficial for you as a teacher, when they turn it in, if they turn it in through Google Classroom, which I encourage, then you will get an email that says little Johnny turned in their assignment today, and that will give you the trigger you need to keep you organized so that you'll know to go back in and provide that student some feedback, grade the assignment, mark it complete, or whatever you're choosing to do. Stay in there, hang in there. Again, all of us could use a little dance moves and some excitement on a Friday or a Thursday. Hang in there. We're going to get through this. Best of luck. Thank you for all the work you're doing for your students each and every day. God bless.